Right, John, start off with last Saturday's big game at Cheltenham. What were your overall thoughts on the big El Glossico derby?
I think after the game we were a little disappointed, to be honest. I think we were the better side, and obviously I've missed a penalty which would have won us a game. So I think if you'd have asked us before the game we'd have probably took a draw, but obviously after we were a little bit disappointed we didn't get 3 points. You
came on in the game at your place against Cheltenham, and over the 2 games do you think you might have a slight edge in terms of the performances in both games, even though you went behind in both of them?
Even if we have, it's still immaterial towards the rest of the season. I think the first game we were a little bit more tighter than Saturday, even though obviously we're both drawn. I think we did better Saturday than we did at home against them, I think.
Yeah, and you mentioned the penalty. I mean, you don't strike me as the sort of person who's going to worry about the next one. If you do get another penalty, is it you just put it to one side straight away when something like that happens?
Yeah, it's one of them things. Obviously, should score, but it's like missing a chance when you think you should score a chance. Obviously, you've got to put it to the back of your mind and hopefully score the next one.
Yeah, you did play a part in the equaliser. Were you trying to rifle that one into the net?
Yeah, I was. I even shanked that, to be honest. I thought I weren't very good in front of goal, were I? But yeah, I've tried volleying it back across goal, and Cart's managed to get a toe on it, and obviously Scott's a point, so it doesn't really matter who scored.
Yeah, from what you've seen this season and the 2 games against Cheltenham, do you think Forest Green and Cheltenham are going to be, toe to toe for the rest of the season? Do you think the best 2 teams in the division from what you've seen?
I think we'll both be up there, but I don't think it'll just be us. I think there's other teams who Grimsby are always strong. So there's not just us 2. I don't think. I think there could be 1 of 6, maybe 8 who's got a realistic chance of obviously getting top. But we just need to concentrate on ourselves, being consistent, grinding draws and wins that away, and then obviously his own form's got to be really good.
Yeah, and do you think some of the big games you had last season against Bristol Rovers and other games will stand you in good stead this season? Obviously you played in a lot of big games. Some of the young lads here, it'll be the first time they played in sort of front of 5,500 and things like that.
Yeah, it can't do any harm, I don't think, but obviously the lads here, the younger lads, have got aspirations of playing at an high level. So if they're going to want to do that, they're going to be playing in front of that every week. So they've got to pretty much get used to it as fast as they can if they do progress and go on to be playing in front of 10, 15, 20,000 every week.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you about Forest Green in general. You've been here for coming up to a year and a half now, haven't you? And it's a unique club. A lot of people might not know much about it until recently, but do you think it's gradually being put on the map with consistently being up there in the National League? Yeah, definitely. I think I'll be first to admit I didn't know much about it before I came, but as you say, it is a unique club, but it's also a club that's progressing. Obviously, we the highest league finished last year. We 1 point off top this year, so I think that we can carry on progressing as we are, hopefully get into the league and then take it from there, where obviously get even more attention. And you're quite well positioned to comment on this because you've been at every level pretty much. And do you think Forest Green, if you can get into the league, it's sort of all geared up for that and you'll be ready to try and kick on again if you can get that first promotion?
Yeah, definitely. I think over the years, I don't think there's many teams who's gone up who's come straight back down. I don't think there's that much of a difference. Obviously, you've seen Bristol Rovers gone up there and they're holding their own. Who else went up? Barnet are doing all right. So it's as I said, I don't think there's that much of a gap between the 2 leagues, to be honest.
And do you see some similarities with Fleetwood with regard to the sort of coming from fairly low level, ambitious chairman, and they've gone up now, they're doing well to get into League One? Yeah,
definitely. That was one of the reasons I went to Fleetwood, because the chairman were ambitious. The manager told me what the plans of the club were, and I fancied getting involved in that. I didn't want to just bob around in League 1, League 2 and just my career to fizzle out sort of thing. So I obviously went there, managed to get promoted, and then obviously spoke to Adi and he said the same. The club's got the same ambition here, so it were obviously snapped their hand off to come down.
Yeah, and what's it like as a player for Forest Green when you first hear Forest Green want to sign you? Do you have to look at a map first of all, because it is quite hidden away, isn't it, at the moment? I know there's plans to move down by the motorway, but it's hidden away. And what's it like as a place to live in Stroud?
Stroud's good, yeah. It's that's different. It's quiet, but there's 12 of us live together, which is brilliant. We have a good crack, so we keep each other on our toes. But yeah, I did have to have a look where it were, to be honest. But obviously that's the thing with football, you might have to move about a little bit.
Yeah, and you're 34 next month, aren't you, John? So still hopefully got a few more years left in you. But how good is it to be playing in teams that are pushing for promotion, trying to win things, at this stage, having got so many games under your belt?
Yeah, as I said, that's one of the reasons why I came down here. Obviously, I've had to leave home where I've been for quite a while. So it's, but yeah, the main thing is we're trying to get promotion, trying to achieve something, trying to move the club on, which is obviously appealing to me at my age.
Yeah, and another striker's been added to the options this week. So there's already good front players here, but do you think it just adds to the different type of options that AD Panic's got?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously a few weeks back I were injured. I think Az were injured, Lano were injured, so we were a little bit short. And I think with the amount of games that's coming up over Christmas and what the gaffer didn't want us to leave us short in case we had any injuries. Touch wood, we weren't, but that's obviously we need to get that sorted in case we do have any injuries.
Yeah, and Brett looked sharp in training. You obviously had a few sessions with him now. Has he looked?
Yeah, looks decent. I think obviously he played against us last year. I think he tore us apart last year at home, to be honest. So yeah, he's going to come in and hopefully can contribute to what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, just finally, John, got to mention Altrincham at home. Obviously, it's another big one for you. But after all the hype around the Cheltenham game, is it a case of making sure the lads are fully up for it, even though it's a smaller game on paper against the team that's sort of wrong end of the table?
Yeah, the thing is they're all massive games. Obviously, we are tied as it is. If you slip up, and you might be 4 points behind Cheltenham Saturday if we slip up and they win, which obviously is not ideal, but every game's as big as each other. I think to the lads, last Saturday's game, it's just still another game. Obviously, there's a lot more attention around it with the El Clasico, but for us, we just did train the normal week and prepare the normal way. So it's just another game sort of thing for us.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers.